The problems created by the refugee crisis have plagued the European Union for years, but their leaders have done little to help their citizens. Now, a major EU leader just made an announcement about things to come, and it is people panicked and outraged. You probably remember the historic Brexit vote. In 2016, the people of Great Britain voted to leave the European Union. There was a good reason for that. The corrupt organization was exploiting Britain, taking funds and providing nothing in return. Britain was forced to follow the EU's strict rules, especially in the area of migration. The EU has continued to bring trouble to its member nations. A small group of bureaucrats decides rules that will affect millions of people. This overreaching body can even undermine the authority of sovereign nations. That can only be called tyranny. Their toxic policies have brought death and ruin to countless regions in Europe. And to think, liberals in America want us to follow their lead. Perhaps the biggest crisis in Europe has been the shocking spike in terrorist attacks. In recent years, there have been numerous attacks across Europe. From Britain to France to Turkey, there doesn't seem to be a region safe from radical Islamic terrorists. Bombings have taken the lives of innocent children. Killers have mowed down families with trucks and cars. Embassies, airports, and shopping centers have been targeted. Nowhere is safe. You'd think EU leaders would be taking serious steps to end the cause of these attacks, but they refuse. Now, a top EU official has announced that terror attacks will continue to occur for years to come. But does he offer a real solution? Of course not. We know why Europe is suffering so badly. Years of welcoming unvetted migrants into their countries have created this situation. The EU forced its member nations to accept millions of outsiders from Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. They claimed they were refugees of war. In reality, they were economic refugees, people who just wanted handouts. The vast majority of these migrants have not assimilated into European society and customs. They have created their own no-go zones in cities and towns across Europe. In Sweden, these Muslim communities are so hostile to their hosts that police, EMTs, even mail carriers are attacked. Instead of giving these freeloading losers the boot, EU officials looked the other way. Avramopoulos' only solution is to throw money at bogus attempts at protection. But when you let the wolves into the farm willingly, nothing you do is going to keep the sheep safe. Buildings, public events, and places like airports already have protections. Avramopoulos' suggestions are just empty words. European nations are refusing to acknowledge why these attacks are happening and where the attackers are coming from. They ignore the real issue, offering lazy and stupid solutions that will only make them feel better. Their citizens, though, will continue to be in danger. This is much like what the left in America is doing in the wake of school shootings. They offer the laziest and least effective solution, more gun control, while ignoring the real source of these crimes. Liberals want to take steps to infringe on the freedoms of everyone else, just to avoid taking the harder road that will prove more effective. In America, we need to arm teachers and address mental health. In Europe, they need to send the freeloading Muslim migrants back to their home countries. But will either group wake up and do what they need to do? Probably not. All the concrete barriers in the world won't stop terrorists who waltz into Europe. The refugee crisis has become a front for the importation of terrorism. Until Donald Trump was elected, America was going down the same road. Democrats, backed by Obama, were welcoming more and more refugees into the country. They were given free housing, food, and benefits. Few of these people were vetted and required to work. Today, our lottery visa system continues to welcome potentially dangerous people into the United States. Are we going to learn from the mistake of Europe and make immediate changes? Or will we be forced to listen to men like Avramopoulos, who offer nothing to help?